Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we use a Louisville Courier article where they track down the oldest bottles of whiskey in Kentucky, and we're going to bracket challenge that bitch and see which one we would want to drink. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve.
That was edgy.
Thank you.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Oh.
McNew had an edge to her there. Yeah.
I just read what Steve writes.
He was feeling sassy that day.
Yeah. I was like, I wonder if McNew will read this. There you go. It happened.
I'm reading what you write, Steve.
Yeah. We might have some fun with this in upcoming weeks. I
am Anchor Man. If it is on there, I am reading it.
All right. Perfect.
I like it.
So we're going to have some fun. Bracket challenge, oldest whiskeys in Kentucky. Of course, I get it. Some reporters tried to track down. They went to the usual places, Justin's House of Bourbons, those type of places, and found Oscar Getz Museum. You know, what's the oldest whiskey you have? So I know that there could be people with, in their personal collections, they have no way to track anything like that. This is what they could track down. Kind of some fun. It's just a different thing. We'll talk about what they are, and then we'll bracket challenge that thing, and we'll come back with which one we would like to drink if we had the opportunity to do so. Some you do have the opportunity to do because you can buy them. There are places, like I said, at Justin's House of Bourbon. Others are in like Oscar Getz Museum. They're not cracking any of that stuff. That's for display only. But we'll get to all that after the break. For right now, though, Von Nieters said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, sir?
Yeah, so we're approaching fall, winter, cold weather time. Are you guys still going outside and grilling and stuff? You guys do that in the cold weather, or you shut her down?
Okay, good topic. I mean, for me, yes, grilling is the normal pattern right now. Now, when it comes to winter, I don't like the super cold temperatures. And every once in a while, I will brave the elements and go out there in that. But for the most part, particularly if it's snowing or there's some ice on the deck or whatever, I don't go out there in that. But this time of the year, oh yeah, game on. And I'm out there. Matter of fact, I created a new little area. I'm a big green egg guy, and I got the big green egg chimenea, which is a limited edition, put out for their 50th anniversary. Got one of those. Pretty happy about that. And have a little seating area with a chimenea out there where I'm going to enjoy some more outside stuff, just hanging out by the chimenea. So yes.
Nice.
So are you grilling on that?
No. That's just for mood and to keep you warm while you're outside. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the warden got one of those little solo stoves, a small one, like a tabletop one.
One of those.
Yeah, so she's got one of those, and she wants to do like s'mores and stuff. We haven't really got into it yet because we did have a little bit of a cool snap, but that's when I was getting the chimney. I didn't have it yet. It's been actually kind of summertime warm again after that little bit of a cold snap we have. So we're kind of looking forward to the next kind of cold snap as we record this. October 4th, as this comes out, that cold weather could already be back, and people are like, come on, no, it's been cold the last couple of days. No, when we record this, it's been actually pretty warm, but I'll get out there as soon as I can, for sure. Yeah. What about the rest of you? Still outdoor grilling and things like that, or have you
I mean, I'm gonna be outside.
hibernation mode?
I'm gonna be like outside as long as I can be. Like I like to sit on my deck, but I think grilling is like a social thing. So like if it's too cold for like neighbors and friends, like I don't want to do that. So I don't know. I just think it's like if we're grilling something, like we're having a party.
Right. What sort of grill is involved with McNew? I can't imagine here. It's got to be a gas grill, I would guess, right?
I think so. I think that's not my job. That's
He's just there.
not my job.
It's not my job.
My job is to make drinks and make sure everybody's happy. That's what I do.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
do-
All right. Figure that. Okay. Gail, what about you?
I prefer to grill in the fall and in the winter. I don't like being hot, and I don't like battling mosquitoes.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, we have 2 Webers.
That's what I was going to guess. A Weber. So far I'm right on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love them. We've been starting using, instead of charcoal every time, sometimes we do like the wood chunks.
Yeah, the
in
lump
the
charcoal.
Weber, and that's
Yeah,
cool too.
yeah.
But
I
no, we
that.
like, especially on Sundays, that tends to be like, ooh, our grilling day. But yeah, I love grilling in the fall. That's like my favorite.
I like the Webers too. That's what I used a Weber for many, many years. But if you get something like a Big Green Egg or one of the other ones that's like it, it's so efficient. So like the Weber, like whatever charcoal you put in there, it's done at the end of it, because it's so hot. It's just at the end of the night it's gone. So with the Big Green Egg, you light it up, turn it on, cook the meat or whatever, and shut everything down, and then use a bag of charcoal will last me like almost all summertime, really. I mean, it's lasted a long time. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's cool.
They're super efficient. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Which is kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah. But I still love Weber, though. They're a great company. All right.
This show brought to you by the Big Green Egg.
The Big Green Egg, yes. Well, I do love the Big Green Egg. I'm hooked. What gets you about the Big Green Egg, and it's inexpensive to get in on it, but don't worry, that's just the beginning, because then you got to buy all the egg accessories. So yes, and you got to have all that stuff. So yeah. So got it all down to the shirt. I have the special Big Green Egg grilling shirt because I don't like the smell, like my clothes like smoke. It's like when you're out working over the grill, your clothes smell like smoke, and it's like no, I don't like that.
So it's a whole event, right? Like you're putting on the.
Oh yeah, I have a uniform.
See, I always thought you would grill naked. I'm upset, but you don't.
Just the apron.
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine there's too much hair involved.
That'd be a
You don't
flaming
want to
risk.
singe the no.
Yeah. Kathy, how about you? Still out this time of the year? October 4th plus grilling?
Sure. Well, not if it's cold, but yeah. But
Gas
see,
grill.
I feel like
I know for a fact you have a gas grill, so
yes, I do.
So
I have a gas
disappointed.
grill.
hate gas grills.
Grew up with the gas grill.
So did I.
I
did too.
The gas grill was built with the house, so like they ran the gas line.
Yeah, my parents had
and
the same
then it
thing.
came,
Yeah.
and then a post came out of the ground,
Yep.
and then there was this big metal box on top, and that's how you just go out there and turn
That's what my mom still has to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's got this. You have the same thing in your house? You don't get the canisters? My mom doesn't.
No, I get the canisters.
You get the canisters now. But when you were growing up, you had the integrated. Yeah, that's what my parents, they bought their house in '67, so it's integrated.
That's what they did, man.
Yeah, that's what
So I know you're going to judge me. I don't care.
No, so
I got a gas grill.
I mean, for God's sakes, you're cooking hamburgers in an air fryer, so I don't think
I don't
food's a
cook
priority.
in the air fryer, but I eat the hamburgers out of the air fryer. Yeah.
Food prep is not a priority in that house. It's just whatever. Yeah, microwave and air fryer and gas grill.
No, okay. It's not fun unless people are here. I'm just like, I'm not going to go all out if I'm just like eating because I have to eat. Like, I'm not doing all that.
That's okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure Steve was eating the peanut butter cookies that were made in my house. Today, so.
I'm not. Yeah, it was not made on a gas grill, a air fryer, or a microwave, though.
You don't know that.
I think you could to. I think you.
You think you could do what? No, these cookies were pretty good, so they'll be tough to do in anything but an oven, I would guess.
Yeah, they were made in the oven.
Find out.
Yeah. So, Von Nieters, you asked the question. What's your plan of action?
Yeah, I love being out there. It's football season. I like getting out there and cooking before the games start and getting all sorts of stuff ready.
Oh, and he cuts out.
Then
Cuts out.
And no, I love it. I love going out there in the fall.
Yeah.
I cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know Von Nieters is?
You're talking though.
You know Von Nieters has never watched Sopranos.
I haven't
I
either.
heard that this morning on the.
Yeah, it's
podcast.
embarrassing, right? It's embarrassing.
I haven't finished them all.
yeah, I've watched some in bits and pieces. I've not finished the whole series either.
It's fine.
I'm the only one in this group that's watched The Sopranos.
Yeah.
From start to finish, yeah.
Yeah.
How embarrassing. You're the
Well,
only one.
I could see McNew not watch it. She doesn't have an attention span long enough to watch a show like The Sopranos. It's like a whole hour. Oh my god, it's
No,
as if
but-
you could like watch TV for like an hour. No way.
It seems like a commitment. But I liked Mad Men, and those were hour shows. And I
You just-
rewatched that all.
You just look. Well, trying to see Don Draper
John Hamm.
wiener. You're trying to see his
Jesus,
wiener.
is there for John Hamm.
Do his pants show his wiener well in this one? Is this that episode? Yeah, I know what you were doing on that show.
No, him and John Slattery, though, they. I mean, there's a lot to look at in that show. And Joan, let's not discount her. So,
Huh. That show, I just felt like it could be so much better. It was
I thought
okay.
it was a masterpiece. I thought it was so good.
Really?
It's my
No.
favorites.
It was such a disappointment. Then they had to take it in a whole weird direction too. Then they got to get into this. It can't just be a straightforward show about advertising people and it's kind of 60s how it was. It has to be switching of identities and all kinds of shit.
Well, no, because that's who he was. Like, that was the good part of the show. I love that.
Really? No, I hated that.
I liked that because he was like, you're like, why is he like so secretive and weird? Oh, because he has to be. I didn't like it when they started going to California, though. That's when I was kind of like, could have done better.
It's like
But
they ran out of ideas. Yeah. that's what
they
happens.
did. So they're just like, we're done with New York. We got to go to California. And then the California people were weird.
Don't you hate when good shows just run out of like Dexter? Dexter was one of the all-time great shows, and then it's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
they're really out of ideas here. They painted themselves in the
Yeah.
corner too many times. Yeah,
We did.
I feel like they kind of did that with Prison Break too.
I didn't see that one, so I'm not sure.
Parts of that. I didn't finish it.
Just because there was too many episodes.
Too many episodes.
Too,
Okay.
too long. Too
1
many.
hour long episodes.
Oh,
No,
oh
I
my God!
got like 30 minutes and then I'm out.
Then she's done. She's done. Unless there's a chance to see Don Draper's wiener, then you stick around. You can put a full hour into that. You can invest an hour into that.
I mean,
The
we
quest
could-
for Don Draper's wiener.
Want to.
Yeah. All right. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? We'll start with McNew this time. McNew, what do you got?
I have a Yellowstone limited edition.
Okay. This year's?
This year's.
Oh, nice. I just got one of those too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Freaking fantastic. Have you opened it? It's really good.
No, I've got it here. It's sealed. I opened these new ones on the show. So
Open it because mine's been open, so yours is probably gonna be better than mine. But see,
What's that one? What's it finished in?
finished in cognac and brandy casks.
Ooh.
So it feels like a little winey. It's like freaking.
ooh, I like that. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm in. I want one.
No. All right. All right, I'll switch, McNew. I'll open that one. I have it here to be opened on the show. You know, you like to now these days. It's like I got to keep my new ones here, and then I can take them downstairs to drink them or whatever. But you got to do the first cork pop one here. So I'll go next. I've got the 2024 limited edition. I went to the distillery, and they had just got them in, so they were still loading the shelves when I got there. So by luck, that was the day when they had them. So I was really happy about that. So all right, here we go. Swat on the set.
Winning
Yeah,
for
baby.
now.
Yeah, baby. Winning.
Nice.
Winning forever, I think, on that one. Let's see. We'll see what happens. Gail, we'll let you go next. What do you got?
See, I'm still drinking Larceny because I suck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You know,
Larceny's
that's
great.
a win every time.
But yeah, I have a very low stock. I'm
Okay.
well prepared.
Fair enough.
But I love Larceny. So
Sure.
Okay.
All right. KK's next.
I didn't do my
She didn't go yet.
I thought you went.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, we heard it this time.
We heard that one.
It was better. It was better. It's
Yay.
not enough to knock me off the block, though. I still have the
Whatever.
lead. All right. KK's next.
I want to open something different just so I can knock Steve off the block.
No,
but
you're
I'm-
not going to.
please.
You're not going to.
Knock his block off.
I've got a screw top. It's something I got at the Jack Daniels distillery. It is their straight Tennessee whiskey finished in the Oloroso's sherry casks.
Oh, nice.
It's a screw top.
Screw top. Okay. Last but not least is Von Nieters.
I've got a rye 3 cognac finish, cask strength.
Well, that was solid. Solid. Not good enough, though. It fell short. I win.
AK was making too much noise.
Hey, Miss Clark.
Really? Because I was thinking you won that.
I
I was going to try and rally for you, but
know Steve didn't throw
Steve
it.
wins.
So
Yeah, I won. Cheers, gang.
Cheers.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's Bourbon Bracket Challenge time. We're going to see which of the oldest whiskeys in Kentucky we would drink if we got the chance to. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Hello, this is Jeff from Iowa, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily with Colonel Steve.
welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we have a bracket challenge to see which of the oldest whiskeys in Kentucky would we want to drink.
Yes, we do. So here's a look at the lineup here. These are the contenders. So Cedarbrook from 1892. And then we've got an unnamed bourbon. So this goes back, it's so old, 1861 to 1865. You're talking about before most brand names. In many cases, whiskey was just brought by a barrel from a distillery, didn't even have a name or anything like that, and they would fill it up right at the bar. And they assume, because this comes from Oscar Getz Museum, based on the research that they could do, it was somewhere between 1861 and 1865. Number 3 is the 1910 Frankfurt Distilling Company. So that's pretty interesting. Number 4 is Bond and Lillard from 1912. We do know Bond and Lillard is now the distillery we know as Wild Turkey. So that's pretty interesting for those of us that love our Wild Turkey. OFC. So this is Old Fire Copper, and that is from what is now Buffalo Trace. And of course, they've narrowed it down just to 1912 to 1919. Sometimes it's hard to know exactly what year. Then they've got an Old Forester from the 1890s. I believe it's from Old Forester's personal collection, which is pretty cool. And then Old Fitzgerald. I didn't write down the year on that one. I forgot.
Pretty good. Good job.
Well,
I think it was like 1917 or something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I looked it up.
We're going to say 1917. I think that sounds right. And it was old. All right, 1917. All right, and last but not least is Old Charter from 1890. So Old Charter from 1890. Here's how they're going to match up. That Bond and Lillard will take on the Frankfurt Distilling Company in round one. Round two is going to be Cedar Brook from 1892 versus Old Charter from 1890. Then you got the Old Fitz, that one from 1917 we just talked about, and then the unnamed bourbon. Again, we're talking about what would we like to drink, and they think that's from somewhere between 1861 and 1865. Then you got the OFC 1912 to 1919 versus the Old Foe from the 1890s, somewhere in the 1890s. Round number one, up first is Von Nieters. So again, you're talking about, hey, someone comes to you and says, hey, I got these two. Which one would you like to taste? You only get to taste one. The Bond and Lillard from 1912 or the 1910 Frankfurt Distilling Company. Which of those two would you like to try?
I think I'm gonna go Bond and Lillard.
Bond and Lillard goes up 1-0. Probably made by Jimmy Russell, I would guess. All right, KK, you're next.
I'm going to do the Bond and Lillard too.
Bond and Lillard goes up 2-0. Gail the Snail, what do you think? Bond and Lillard or Frankfurt Distilling Co.?
I went with Frankfurt Distilling Company.
Frankfurt Distilling Co. has life. It's on the board. McNew, what do you think? Bond and Lillard or Frankfurt Distilling?
I'm gonna go Bond and Lillard because when they did those remakes a couple of years ago, remember those like the little mini bottles? Like that was freaking amazing. So I can't imagine how good the original would be. That's what I want.
Okay. All right. Next up is Cedar Brook, and that is a brand. If you're really into bourbon, it was a brand that was around for quite a while. We might have a Cedar Brook sign in the shop somewhere. Versus Old Charter. Old Charter still exists today, but this one's from the 1890s. So round number two, Cedar Brook versus Old Charter. Up first is Kathy.
I think Old Charter.
Old Charter. Old Charter goes up 1-0. Gail the Snail, what do you think?
I'm also going Old Charter.
Old Charter. Okay, McNew. Old Charter or Cedar Brook?
I want to give it life, so I'm going to go with Cedar Brook.
Cedar Brook. Cedar Brook. Cedar Brook or Old Charter? I gotta go with the one I know better. Old Charter. So that means Old Charter moves on. All right. Next up. Round number three, Old Fitzgerald from 1917 versus the unnamed bourbon from somewhere between 1861 and 1865. Gail the Snail, you're first.
Oh, 100% the unnamed bourbon.
Yeah, I think this is the matchup of the night right here. I
like the mystery.
This is an interesting one, right? All right. McNew, what do you think? Old Fitzgerald or the unnamed one?
It doesn't even matter what it's going against. It's always going to be Old Fitzgerald.
Old Fitz. Yeah. This one is very tough to me because Old Fitz is a name that we know, we love. I've tried some Old Fitz from the 50s. I'd love to go back even further than that, dial it back even further to the early 1900s. But that being said, bourbon from the 1860s, I'm in on that. I gotta go for that. That's early in the history of bourbon. I gotta go for that. So that's what I'm going to say. That means the unnamed bourbon is up 2-1. Von Nieters, you're next.
Well, I'm going to tie it back up. I'm going to bring Old Fitz back into the game.
Fitz. Okay. Kathy, here's where we're at. You decide, Old Fitz or the unnamed bourbon?
Man, I was hoping I wouldn't have to get in on this one.
Right.
So the unnamed bourbon most likely just existed in a barrel.
Correct.
And then at some point, somebody bottled it.
Yeah. So bottles, of course, bourbon was not bottled at that time. Like you didn't buy it from a distillery bottled, but they did have, of course, bottles. They're hand blown glass, and somebody brought a bottle up, filled it, corked it, and it managed to stick around this long. So, yes.
Oh, you guys suck for making me do this. Because the unnamed bourbon sounds so interesting and old, but it also could be shit.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you get to taste it.
Where you get to taste it. Yeah.
And, so yeah, I'm going to put it through.
Unnamed
bourbon.
knocks off Old Fitz. I'll tell you, it's interesting because if this really happened in real life, Old Fitz on the table, unnamed bourbon from 1861 to 1865. I think we say on the show we go Old Fitz, but I think we'd go for the unnamed. We like the challenge of one being that old. I think we would. I think
No.
we would. Yeah.
Nope.
I want to know what I'm getting.
I feel like
you can get other ones of those. There's other Old Fitz that are out there.
That's
there
fine.
are 1861s that
but
And
That's
the
fine.
fun thing about comparing an Old Fitz is you can compare it to a lot of other Old Fitzes. You could line up a bunch of Old Fitzes and try them and compare those different years. That sounded kind of intriguing to me.
and I want to do that because I want to be like, oh, this was better than that, or I like that one. Like, I
But
can
the
have
opportunity
a whole
to
day.
drink something that, came from the backwoods of wherever.
But what
You gotta there might be a tapeworm in it. You don't know, but you got
A
to take that
tapeworm.
chance.
a tapeworm's living well in
That's
bourbon.
natural weight loss.
Sure.
Eat that worm.
Yeah.
I might be in on it. That's fine.
All right, round 4, McNew, you're going to be first. This is also kind of an all-star matchup here. You've got OFC, which again today changes names several times. It ends up being today Buffalo Trace as we know it. So your Tater folks are instantly going to be all over that one. Versus Old Foe, obviously also a brand that exists today. Old Foe from the 1890s. OFC or Old Foe?
So I actually loved when Old Foe brought back like their Whiskey Row series and like tried to like replicate those recipes. Those are still some of my favorite bourbons. I'm gonna go Old Foe.
Old Foe. Yeah, this one is really, really tough because you're talking about OFC 1912 to 1918 is Colonel Taylor's time there. But Old Foe, I do love the Old Foe brand. I love both these brands. I got to go the Old Foe, I think. I mean, this is an early one in bottled bourbon. I think I got to try that. So based on the age and equal love for the brand, I'm going to go Old Foe. So Von Nieters, what do you think? OFC or Old Foe?
I'm going to keep it interesting. I'm going to go OFC.
OFC has life now. KK, what do you think? OFC is down 2-1, so you can end this thing, or you can send the tiebreaker over to Gail. What do you want to do here?
Ooh, I want someone else to make this decision. Let's tie it up.
Okay, OFC, she votes. That means here's where we're at, Gail. OFC has 2 votes. Old Foe has 2 votes. You are the tiebreaker. Which one do you think? The OFC from 1912 to 1919, or OFC from the 1890s?
Did you just
Old
say
Forester.
the Old Foe?
Old
might
Foe is
be from
18
his personal collection.
Well,
Is that
yeah,
the
I
one?
mean that's when he was there. So yeah.
That's what I would go with Old Foe just for that.
Old Foe.
Yeah.
Well, I was just a full disclaimer. I was talking about Colonel Taylor at OFC versus
What? Oh.
Old Forester early bottled one.
Oh no, OFC. I'm sorry, I fucked that up.
Okay.
OFC.
Okay, OFC. I thought that's what you're trying to say, so I don't
Yeah.
want to mess that up.
Sorry.
So, all right.
Sorry, gang.
All right, final 4 looks like this. Bond and Lillard versus Old Charter and Unnamed Bourbon taking on OFC. Round number 5. McNew's first. Bond and Lillard or Old Charter?
I am so into that Bond and Lillard. That's it.
Bond and Lillard, okay. Actually, round
I
5.
think you're supposed to be first. And
I'm sorry, I'm first. I'm going to say the same thing McNew did, though. I want Bond and Lillard. Bond and Lillard. We kind of know what way McNew slanted here at this point. We'll see if it gets back to her. She's Von Nieters, Bond and Lillard's up 1-0. What do you think? Bond and Lillard or Old Charter?
I'm going Bond Lillard too.
Bond and Lillard is up 2-0. Kathy, what do you think? Bond and Lillard or Old Charter?
Why is it up 2-0? Because you made McNew go?
no, because
Look at round 5 in your notes. Who goes
Okay.
first?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
but he put me first on accident. It's fine.
I see. I'm going to give Bond and Lillard the final.
Bond and Lillard moves on. McNew, just for the record, had it gone 2-2, would you have stuck with that, or would you have thrown Old Charter in there just because you want to
100%.
teach me a lesson? Okay.
No, 100% Bottom
All
Willard for this
Okay.
one. This is
Okay.
not like, so some things I don't care about that I'm just like, you know what, fuck Steve, he can have a bad day. But
Right.
this one,
You can have a bad day. Yes. All right. Round
Bracket challenge.
Wow.
They're big deals.
round 6. Von Nieters is first. Unnamed bourbon or OFC?
I stand where I stand on the unnamed. I'm going OFC.
OFC. OFC goes up 1-0. KK, what do you think? Unnamed bourbon or OFC?
So I keep going back to what you said, where they're both on the table,
Right.
and you can only pick
That's the way you got to look
one.
at it. You can
Yeah.
drink one. Which one would you pick up?
Something that Colonel Taylor was involved with, or
Correct.
something so old.
Might have just been a farmer. Might have been just a farmer who was like, "Hey, I got a barrel for you." I mean, or it could be one of the companies of that time. Some of the companies that we know today were in business back then. You know, Beam and others. It could be something like that, and it's from Kentucky.
I just think if that unnamed bourbon is sitting on a table and I can pick any, I'm going to pick it.
Unnamed bourbon. Unnamed bourbon has tied it up.
I
Gail
probably
the,
chose wrong.
Gail the Snail, what do you think? Unnamed bourbon or OFC?
I'm sticking with the unnamed tapeworm juice bourbon.
Right.
I really
Okay.
want that.
You
Like
want
really
that.
bad. I want to try it.
All right, McNew, what do you think? Unnamed bourbon is up 2-1 over OFC. What do you think?
I think I'm going to go with OFC because I know Colonel Taylor was involved. And I know if I really wanted to, I could get one of those again. Because if I find something I like, I want more of it. So I'm going to go OFC. I can't get something unnamed again. That's just a one-off. I want it again. So I'm going to get OFC.
Right. This to me is a slam dunk. I sit down, I'm like, I wonder what they're going to put in front of me. And they put down OFC from the 1890s, and they put down an unnamed bourbon. They say it's from 1856 or whatever it is, 1861 to 1865. I'm going the unnamed. I mean, I've tried OFC from that era. I've tried it before. I'll probably get to try it again at some point. And not that I own a bottle. 100%, I'm going the unnamed. I want to see what the heck's going on. And maybe it is just a farmer, and I want to see what they were making. Was it any good? Was it not? To me, the curiosity, because yeah, I mean that's a slam dunk. All right, Bond and Lillard, which is now Wild Turkey versus an unnamed bourbon. That's round number 7. This is the final round. Here's where we're at. Gail the Snail leads it off. What do you want to do? No, Kathy leads it off. I'm out of my job these days, but I caught it this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with trying the tapeworm.
Tapeworm. All right, Gail the Snail.
I'm eating the worm. I'm doing unnamed.
Unnamed is up 2-0. McNew.
On and Willard.
Von Nieters.
I'm
I'm actually next. I'm next.
We all know how this is going to end.
We know how it's going to end. So do you want to vote?
I'm staying away from the tapeworm. You go ahead and finish it off, Steve.
Yep. It is the unnamed bourbon from the Oscar Getz Museum. Oscar Getz it to us. We'll taste it live on the air if you're willing to turn that thing over.
Absolutely.
We'll do a full review of it. It'll just be Gail, Kathy, and I, of course. Since we,
Not having tapeworms. So we're
yes. Yeah. I don't know where the tapeworm came from. I don't think a tapeworm could live 10 seconds in bourbon, much less 100 plus years.
I think I was just getting it, it sat in a barrel, and you don't know how long it sat in the barrel, and it was
Yeah, it could be
opened
like a
and closed and
super worm.
opened and closed, and
This is just your gross thing, Steve.
It's a gross thing.
You want to drink an unnamed
your one gross
old bourbon.
I want to drink that old bourbon. I want it. I want that. It's like someone when they're lusting to get a Jaguar, just from strangers. I'm the same thing. I just want that old bourbon. I want that. I wonder if you'll ever get that, McNew. That'll be fun.
It took me 2 years. And
2 years whining on the show, and it finally came through. I saw that online today. You posted
so
that.
many 4th of July picks.
I was so
You're so happy. So happy. It's finally showed up. So, yeah, that's unbelievable. You got that.
I know it's not what I was expecting by any means, and like so grateful.
We talked about that 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a long
No,
time.
I've wanted it for so long, but like I couldn't pull the trigger on it because I'm like, okay, like if it's like a $200 bourbon, okay, maybe I'll make time to get that. But like tequila, though, just because I like the aesthetics, like
Right.
It's a little
So, are you going to be drinking the tequila then?
I did. I opened it.
I would say yes. You should
Yeah,
drink that.
got to.
Definitely drink it, and because the bottle's the cool thing, and there's no cachet to having it full. I mean, it's yeah.
Right.
Right
So, is the tequila good? Is the question I wanted to ask. Is the tequila
is
good?
it's a little bit spicy. Like I think it's like a reposado, maybe. Like it's not a blanco. Like it looks cool. It's aged a little. It's so good. Look at him. I'm so happy. Like he lives here. It's like I have a cat. I gotta bring that.
I think it's nice that you've named your Jaguar Jeff. Jeff the Jaguar.
Jeff the Jaguar.
Absolutely has to be his name.
That thing is huge. I mean, look at that thing.
It's literally like
And it's got like a handle. Is that a penis underneath it?
I know. It looks like it has a penis.
Oh, that's the other leg. That's the other leg.
Oh,
There's the penis.
it's a very excited
Is that-
Don
Jaguar.
Draper.
Is that bigger than a
It's
750?
not Don Draper.
So like
That's Don Draper is a Jaguar.
so I'm just he lives here now. I'm so fucking happy.
Oh, where's it going to go in your house then? So once
I
you
don't know because all in my bar room, all the shelves are taken. I have no more shelves. I think it's too heavy to put on a glass bar cart. I think it might just live on my desk and I'll just be happy about it all day.
okay.
Oh, and then when you're working, you can just take a shot of tequila.
Okay,
Right.
but actually, like, it's a pain in the ass to pour because, like, why would you not put it in its mouth? Like, it's on the back and it spills everywhere. There's
Right. Yeah.
They should have done
But
the.
you're gonna have to decant it.
They should have done the butt cord.
Yeah.
for the
Yeah,
pig.
like they
Oh,
did the
wow.
pigs.
Yeah.
A missed opportunity for
I-
sure.
But it's right here on its neck and it's awkward as hell to pour. And I poured so much out that I didn't mean to do. But
Yeah, you gotta decant it. Get a big Tupperware.
look at-
Pour the tequila in the Tupperware.
like he's got green eyes and he's like golden. It's like I'm so happy.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. You got it. It happened for you. So congratulations. So, yeah. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Von Nieters, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Von Nieters.
KK.
You can find me on Instagram at KK Cask Strength.
Gail the Snail.
You can find me on Instagram at gail.the.snail.
All right, McNew.
On Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We are online, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.
Bye.